the whispering mirror. As a seasoned paranormal investigator, I thought I had seen it all. Ghosts, demons, cursed objects. They had become part of my daily existence. But nothing could have prepared me for the horrors that awaited me when I took on the case of the whispering mirror. The mirror came into my possession after a wealthy family contacted me to investigate their ancestral home. They claimed that an evil presence had plagued their family for generations, and they believed it centered around an ancient mirror that had been passed down through the ages. Upon arriving at the family estate, I was struck by its eerie atmosphere. The air was heavy with a sense of dread, and the walls seemed to whisper haunting secrets. The mirror stood tall in the grand foyer, its ornate frame giving off an aura of malevolence. Determined to uncover the truth, I set up my equipment and began my investigation. As night descended, the mansion seemed to come alive with ghostly apparitions and chilling sounds. Every corner I turned, I felt an unseen presence, watching me, waiting. Approaching the mirror, I saw my reflection, but something felt off. The image in the mirror sneered, its eyes filled with malice, while my own reflection showed terror etched on my face. I shook off the uneasy feeling, attributing it to the stress of the investigation. As the night wore on, the whispers grew louder, like a chorus of tortured souls, begging for release. My nerves were frayed, and I could feel the weight of the mirror's malevolence pressing down on me. The mirror seemed to hold secrets beyond comprehension, and it was as if it fed on fear itself. In an attempt to document any paranormal activity, I recorded a video in front of the mirror, asking questions in hopes of eliciting responses. To my shock, the mirror obliged. A distorted voice, filled with rage, spoke in ancient tongues. The words chilled my very soul, and I could feel my resolve waver. As the night grew darker, I found myself drawn back to the mirror. The whispers became louder, their incoherent words teasing at the edges of my sanity. I couldn't tear myself away. It was as if the mirror had taken control of my mind. In the mirror's reflection, I saw a figure emerge from the shadows behind me. Turning around, I came face to face with a grotesque entity, its form twisted and disfigured. The stench of decay filled the air, and I could feel its icy breath on my neck. Fear gripped me, but I couldn't move. The entity's hollow eyes stared into my soul, and it reached out, its cold fingers wrapping around my throat. I gasped for breath, my body paralyzed by terror. "Join us," it hissed, its voice a blend of agony and malice. With a surge of strength, I managed to break free from its grasp and stumbled backward, but the entity was relentless, advancing with each step I took. I knew I had to escape the mansion, but the whispers had grown deafening, drowning out my thoughts. My eyes fell upon the ancient book that lay on a nearby table next to the mirror. It was the source of the entity's power. Summoning the last of my courage, I grabbed the book and hurled it towards the mirror, shattering its surface. For a brief moment, the room fell silent. The entity let out a guttural scream, and the mansion shook as if protesting against the intrusion. But it was too late. The mirror's hold had been broken. In a flash of blinding light, the entity in the mirror vanished, leaving behind a sense of emptiness. I knew then that I had triumphed, but victory came at a cost. Exhausted and wounded, I made my way towards the mansion's exit. As I stepped outside, the sun began to rise on the horizon, painting the sky with hues of pink and orange. But I had no time to savor the beauty of the morning. My body felt weak, and I knew that the malevolence of the mirror had taken its toll. With my last ounce of strength, I managed to call for help, but it was too late. As the paramedics arrived, I succumbed to the darkness that had plagued the mansion for centuries. The whispering mirror had claimed another victim, and my tale would serve as a warning to all who dared to face its horrors. As my vision faded, I could still hear the whispers taunting me from beyond the grave. The mirror's malevolence would live on, haunting the world for eternity.